There you go, guys. As I said on the previous video, I'm going to remove the DPF to clean it. This car has 134,000 miles and I have never ever removed the DPF to clean it, so it must be very dirty. It's not clogged yet, but it must be very dirty. So I've put the WD-40 on this to remove the heat shields and that clamp at the bottom there. That's the clamp that holds the DPF to the housing. All right, and those two pipes there for the pressure sensor. There's another one going to the bottom. All they do is just to check the pressure here. If it's clogged, they send that message to the computer, and then you have an error code in there. Now some people remove this part here. Looks easy. You remove here, they spray chemical inside and they close, they go. Well, I could do that, but I think it's not going to really make a very good clean. So the best thing, because I've never taken off the DPF, is best I do it, and then maybe every 30,000 miles or 40, open here, spray that thing, you know. But for now, with almost 140,000, it's best it come out. All right, now we are under the car. This here, this is the DPF. This is the clamp that connects. This is the clamp that attaches the DPF to the exhaust. That's the exhaust. This part is the DPF. So we have to remove this clamp and this pipe here. This pipe is the pressure sensor. There are two at the top, which I don't think we have to remove. I said earlier on that we have to remove, but I don't think we have to. I think we have to remove this one and this clamp, then the DPF will just slide down. Now I didn't remove this cover here, but if it proves to be blocking the way for the DPF to come out, I will remove it. I just don't want to make the job too big for nothing. So the cover is still here, and if the DPF just slides out, I'll leave the cover, but if it's blocking the way, I'll remove it. All right, so this and that. This was a piece of cake. Very, very easy. As you can see there, it's a bit dark there. The DPF is off, and I just remove this, and I remove the clamp here. Here is the bolt and nut that holds the clamp. You know, it was so easy. I thought it was going to be complicated. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to get a wet, clean cloth and then wipe the inside there. Okay, let me just show you how the DPF looks like. Oh. There he is. As we can see, it's absolutely messy. I don't know what this is. I just don't have any idea what it is. It looks like cotton wool, or I don't know what it is, but it wasn't there. So this is how it is, guys. This is 134,000 miles of driving, and this is a taxi. It's not a car that just takes kids to school. If it was a car just takes kids to school, it would even be worse than this, because it will be running most of the time cold. But this car runs hot pretty much all the time. So there we have it. You know, here it doesn't look very dirty in here, so that means the exhaust coming here was clean. It doesn't look dirty at all. So here we are. This is the shield, the shim that stays. See these things, you have to know exactly where they came from and how they came out. So this shim is like a seal. It goes, because this is the clamp here, so it rests around here. So it is good that I'm filming this, so that when I come to put in this, I know exactly where it's supposed to go. So I'll just put this here, just there. and wait for me to clean them with a cloth. So what I have to do here is just wash this. There's some chemicals that I used to clean these tiny holes inside, but I'll see what I can do. I'll just put water first, and then put water, wash it with soap, and see how it is. I might need to take it to the jet wash to wash it properly. Okay, so that's how it is. I did the right thing to take it out. That's why I say the sprays that they spray in here and seal that the O2 sensor, I don't think they will clean this. This needs cleaning thoroughly. All right. Earlier on, I said you need to remove these two pipes. You don't need to touch them, they are fine. And also this heat shield here, you don't have to remove it. Okay, so yeah, let's see what will happen. I'm putting water in here. It gets full. But this side you can see, oh my goodness, look at all this mess coming out. And I haven't even put chemicals yet. This is just ash, and the water cannot come out. It's so blocked, as you can see. It's so blocked. So once again, the water gets full, but this side it barely comes out. You can see all that red stuff coming up. That's the blockage. That's a blockage. Let's try one more time. This is before putting chemicals. I haven't put any chemicals or anything yet. And you can see, look at all this here coming out. The ash going backwards. So, before we even put chemicals, and we have all this, look at all the ash coming out. This is why I said the spray that we put at the top, they wouldn't really make any good cleaning. It's only, look, the water is barely coming out. Look. It's barely coming out because it's blocked. And thanks God I'm doing this before I have an error message in the car that it is blocked. See, before we put chemicals. And okay, I'm gonna put chemicals now in here. Oh, water is still it's coming back. This thing is blocked. It's absolutely blocked. All right. Alright folks, there are so many chemicals that can be used to clean this. I've seen on the internet, nobody knows which one is the best. Now there's a chemical that is used for cleaning DPFs. It's called DPF cleaner. But the thing is, you have to put this inside that chemical for over 8 hours. I haven't got time for that. So I saw this cleans oven. I'm gonna pour it in there and try this as well. Pour it in there, rinse and all this. Then take this to the jet wash, because I don't have a jet wash here, and blast it both directions. I think that would be enough. All right, so it's not anything special, and I'm using this oven bite. Sparkling clean oven. Just shows that it was a good call to remove it and clean it. When it's clean, you're putting it back in there. Power. This thing is very, very dirty. You know, I've been cleaning it and washing it. Now, I used because all the chemicals I was using got finished, so I went in and I asked my wife to give me her dishwasher tablets. I think I have they're called Finish dishwasher tablets to keep washing this. It's not getting clean, my goodness. Well, it is getting clean, but it's taking time. I've been doing this for almost 1.5 hours now, and look at what's just coming out. So what I'm doing right now is I boiled the water and I took those dishwasher my wife gave me, put them in here, dissolve them, and then pour in here. I sealed this part here. It's leaking just tiny bit, and this one here. So I poured the water, hot water, which I mixed in here with those dishwasher tablets in here. So I let it sit for about 10 minutes and I started shaking it. Then I turn it upside down in here, and that's what came out. So I'm going to clean all this and then do this all over again. Now, after I pour all the water in here, I sieve. That's why I have this baby wipes. I sieve the water from here back in here because it has that chemical, you know, those 2 dishwasher tablets that I dissolved. They're still in the water, so I don't want to just throw the water straight away. I want to use it maybe 4 or 5 times, recycling, cleaning this as I'm going to clean it. Pour in here, do it at least 5 times, then pour off all the water. Get 2 more dishwasher tablets and do maybe again, maybe 4 times. Then I think it will be fine. Yeah, as you can see, it's now clean. So I'm taking that, tip it over here with so that the liquid in here goes in here. From there, I will film again just to show you. I'll keep filming to show you how much crap is going to, is going to be left in here when I pour the water back inside here. Okay, I'm shaking it very hard, and then pouring here. Right, I just I finished moving the water from here to this side. So as you can see, we still have some more. This is solid. It's like sand, it's like sand. It's thick like sand. So it really shows that it is working. It is cleaning it. So I have to just keep doing this, cycling until that is very, very less. So I'll just carry on. Yeah, as you can see now, it's pretty much nothing is left, it's just little bits. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this DPF to the car wash, because I don't have a jet wash here at home. I just have a pipe. So I'm going to jet wash it at the car wash. I'll try to film that, but I'll be on my own, so nobody will be holding the camera for me. But you can see I've taken much out. It's not 100%, but this is the best I can do. Right, guys, now I'm at the car wash. So as you can see here, I'm washing it now, and there's a lot of mess coming out from this. I thought it's getting clean. No. Waste of time at home. Come to the car wash. So what I'm doing is I'm using this one, hot wheel wash, and then rinse, high pressure rinse. So these two, hot wheel wash and then rinse. I keep doing that until I see clean water coming out. So that's how it is. So I'm just gonna carry on cleaning this thing. It's already night now, so it just shows how tough these things are to clean. So I'll carry on. Right, I'm putting this thing back on. I've cleaned it. It's very clean, so I'm gonna put it back on. As you can see, it's very nice. I need this car tomorrow to go to work, so I have to do it, finish it off, and just put this thing back in, test drive it, and then leave it for tomorrow. So that's about it. I'm just gonna put it in, and that's it, full stop. If there is any light on the dashboard or anything, I'll let you know. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you have any query, question, please comment below. Bye bye.